Okay, happy Thursday, everyone. Am I Kristian Harloff with a blonde wig on? No, I am not. We've put him into a deep hole somewhere, but he will be back with you guys soon. In the meantime, I've taken over the show. What are we talking about today? A ton of different stuff is going on, including The Crow, which is not looking like it's getting off to a good start. We have a feeling that it's going to absolutely tank. Shang Chi was supposed to be a huge part of Avengers 5, but now that we're not doing Kang Dynasty, where does that leave him? And are we going to be seeing a lot of Simu Liu? We'll talk about that. Plus, there was a new indie trailer for the game. I'm pretty sure, not to brag, but the person who voices Indy is somebody that I worked with before. So we will talk the trailer. And then also, was The Acolyte canceled? It's a big question. We know it's not coming back, but was it canceled? The internet is enraged with this topic right now. What do we even call canceled anymore? One thing for sure that's been canceled is my love life. Did I go to a singles dating event last night for the first time in my life? And am I here to tell the tale of it with you guys? Yeah, that's the big thing today. It's going to be me. It's Brett. It's Thursday. I'll see you guys on the other side. Listen, friends, has it been a day of days today? Does the tech work perfectly? Are we running on time? If this was a live show, would we have been there exactly at the time that we started? The answer is no. The answer is no. Brett, are you alive? Are you well? Are you okay? This has
I'm
not been
trying
your
my
day today.
best. I'm trying my best, Rox. Oh, guess what? I don't have audio.
No, that's good. That's what I was hoping you were going to say. I was
Yeah,
hoping you were going to say that the audio was perfectly there
that.
for you.
Oh no, I do. I just can't hear myself very well. Good. We'll keep that in. He's gonna have to deal with whatever issues we have.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought this was
let's
all
be honest with
nicely
the
set
people.
up. It was set
We
up.
got to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's tell the people what's going on. What's
Uh,
going on is that Kristian is somewhere. I don't know if he's even saying where he is, but Kristian is somewhere. Brett is a tech whiz. However, this is his first time using this setup, and we have been in this room for 2 hours.
mm-hmm.
We've been here for 2 hours anticipating this show and getting ready to give you guys the absolute best that we have. The craziest part about the whole thing is there's actually bomb.com news stories, and my love life is popping off right now. So the show today is actually unbelievable. But getting to the show, I've actually never heard Brett say what he said, which was, I am very frustrated right now and need a minute. That
Yeah,
happened 30 seconds
it was a
ago.
little tough because yeah, I felt like I was so prepped for this. I had the overlays, I had all the images pulled up with, and I named them. You know how Kristian usually is hunting and pecking and going, oh, what
Yes.
about this one? You don't see that. That's a little how the sausage is made for you people at home. But yeah, I named every single clip and had it ready to go so that I could just take one out as you started another news story. Long story short, there was one thing that Kristian said that I was supposed to click when I set up Video Ninja that he said he told me about. That's up for discussion. But now Roxy's mic sounds good. My mic sounds good. We're not echoing, and I think we're gonna be able to bang this out until Roxy has to leave, and then I have to fly solo.
Yeah, so that's another portion of this because we schedule in 90 minutes for these shows and we've already been here over 2 hours. I'm a working woman. Oh, that means sex worker, doesn't it? I'm a working girl. Is that
Yeah, both of those. I didn't
okay?
honestly. I usually go that direction, and
Yeah.
when you said it, I didn't think about that way.
Not that
That's
there's
that's
anything wrong with that,
strange.
but that's just not what I'm implying, especially considering you guys know neither am I paid for it nor have it for free. Uh, I am a person who works many jobs, and I have my next one that I have to do. So Brett is going to close out the show solo, which if that's not enough to keep you to the end, I don't know what is, because I'm going to come back and watch that. Like when this episode airs, I am going to watch the closure of Brett just to see how the sparks fly.
Oh, it'll be glorious. It'll be
Brett, what are you
glorious.
planning on talking about?
And maybe I should start doing this thing where I go back and forth just to show how professional this was set up.
Looking good.
I plan on scurrying to. Actually, I should probably bring up those news articles while you're talking about the first one, and then get ready to talk about those other ones and read the news articles. But other than that, I don't know what else to do. I'm not good at vamping, Rox.
I think that you will be better than you believe. Like maybe you close out new material. You
That
know,
could
maybe
be.
you
That could be.
maybe it's the end of the set and you just let it rip.
Yeah, yeah. We
Uh,
we could only hope.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you at Kristian today?
I'm I'm mad at myself. I hit the wrong camera. I'm just mad at technology because, again, this happens to me all the time when I'm setting up for the podcast we do here. It's just like uh, I think everything's good to go, and suddenly a camera doesn't work. Technology made our lives easier and also harder.
My favorite thing is that Kristian at first was like getting frustrated and flustered, and by the end, Kristian was cracking up laughing
Yeah.
because when you hit that point where it's like, this is it. There's nothing more that can be done. Here we go. And he just started laughing. It made everything better. Okay, Brett, do you think we should give him a hell of a show and see how that goes?
I think that would be really fun. I think that would be fun to give him a hell of a show.
Let's give it a shot. Let's see how we do.
Let's see
Let
if
us
I have
know.
the
Say
right
nice
news
things.
article up for the first one. Let's see, because I can't look at it just now.
Yeah, no, you're going to be great. And I'm going to read it to you. And then the people at home are going to know what we're talking about. But I want you guys to stop what you're doing right now and leave words of encouragement for Brett and I in the comments. You need to like, you need to subscribe, you need to leave words. Oh, I hear that one of the Nestor Carbonell interviews is blowing up right now over on the Clips channel, which is really cool. If you're not already over there, please go subscribe. I'm pretty sure it's
Yes.
in a link in the description. Do I know that for sure? No, but hopefully it's there. Brett, you think?
I hope so, and I
Yeah,
hope
we
that
think.
there is a spike of sponsor purchasing that happens during this episode. That they see this just big spike, and they go,
Oh,
"Oh, it's all because of Rox and Brett."
I'm pretty sure you guys need to show up to show out right now and support the piss out of us. What does it mean to support the piss out of us? It means you support us so much that we piss ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is what I'm hoping for. I am hoping for big things from this show, just like The Crow is hoping for big things from their opening weekend, but it's not looking like that is what's going to happen for them because wah, looking like it's going to be a disaster. We're going to our G-Man, Garth Franklin, over at Dark Horizons. Thank you to G-Man. He says, the last 2 months have seen a reversal of fortune for the box office as early summer flops like The Fall Guy and Furiosa have given way to hits like Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Despicable Me 4, Twisters, Bad Boys, Ride or Die, and Alien Romulus. Well, things are about to get quiet again as the 2 new openers this weekend, Blink Twice and The Crow reboot, are both looking to underwhelm, according to Variety. Zoe Kravitz's twisted thriller Blink Twice, formerly known as P-Y, I'm guessing that's Pussy Island, is reported tracking for a 7 to 8 million opening and is getting good reviews in a cost-effective $20 million budget for the Channing Tatum-led film. More concerning is The Crow reboot, which is headed for an opening as low as $6 million, though it could be as high as $9 million. Either way, that's not good for the Bill Skarsgård-led project, which cost $50 million to produce. All will fall behind both Alien Romulus and Deadpool and Wolverine, which are expected to battle it out first, with both tracking from anywhere between 16 to 19 million. Even It Ends With Us will beat the pair. Okay, as its third weekend is looking to bring in around 10 to 12 million. So, Brett, this is not tracking very well. The Crow with 6 million to possibly 9 million, but even if it hits that 9 million, does this surprise you at all? Do you think that a reboot of The Crow was a good idea in general? Did you think that it would track better than this?
I don't think personally. I didn't really need a reboot of The Crow. I don't. It's not something I've been clamoring for. I don't know. You're more in touch with everyone, so you would know if people have been clamoring for this. But personally, I did not see needing another one of these, and then this is not really surprising.
Who am I more in touch with, Brett?
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm more in touch with everyone. That's the thing about me. I'm in touch with everyone.
People in
No,
this
I actually think you're a better
space.
gauge for this because not to call you old or nothing, but this is your gen.
Yeah.
The crow's on you guys. Like I don't know. I certainly don't know any Gen Zers that are clamoring for the crow. So you would think that this would be on the elder millennials to really pull this one home. But all of my friends are not seeing this movie. They're not even talking about this movie to the point where when Kristian sent things that he wanted us to discuss today, and he was talking about the crow being our lead story, I my first thought was, oh yeah, when's that come out?
Mm.
And then I was like, that's this weekend. I haven't seen one billboard for this. I don't even remember seeing a trailer for this. I usually invited to the press screenings. I wasn't invited to the press screening for this. I haven't heard of anybody going to the press screening for this. I think I saw when I opened my phone today that Wendy Lizani was there, but Kristian's not good. None of my friends that are critics are talking about this, going to see this, and none of my friends that are movie lovers are talking about this or going to see this. So I'm almost surprised that it could make 9 million opening weekend because I'm like, who knock knock, who's there?
Yeah,
Who's going to
who's
the Crow?
going? I mean, you're right. I did see this film in the theater. I was in high school or early college, and the only thing I will say about rebooting this is we know that the original had such a tragic element to it, and
Yeah.
I don't know, like, let's just keep it as is and not possibly do it a disservice, and let it be its legacy and not be soured by a not so good reboot.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, when you think about Brandon Lee and you think about bringing back the Crow, it does kind of leave a little bit of a weird taste. I'm not sure why it leaves a little bit more of a weird taste than something like we see many more Jokers to come.
Mm,
And you don't think like, oh, maybe just let the Joker be at this point. But maybe because obviously that's a character that comical characters you expect to see the Joker all the time, and nobody was expecting a The Crow reboot. I wonder if this is any good, and if it is any good, if people start talking about it more, because it doesn't have any critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes yet. I don't know anybody who's seen it, so I don't know. I haven't heard through the grapevine the best of things, but I don't personally know anybody who has seen this yet. I really like Bill Skarsgård. I like FKA Twigs. She is, I believe, currently in that lawsuit with Shia LaBeouf right now, too, though. So, I'm not saying that that's why this isn't getting people into the theaters, but there's just a lot of things going on around this movie. Nobody necessarily asking for the reboot. Like you mentioned, the previous movie maybe leaving a little
yeah,
bit of a strange taste in people's mouths. Most people probably not even knowing who FKA Twigs is, especially in the elder millennial generation. Bill Skarsgård's had a couple of movies recently that didn't perform particularly well. Boy Kills World, which I thought was bizarro. So I'm not surprised to hear that this is tracking low. But if I hear good things, I will go see it. And if I don't, I probably will skip out on this
yeah.
one.
I might pop it on the streaming. I know you didn't come up with the term, but elder millennial just really
You know who I
hurts.
first heard say it?
Oh, that's the stand-up special.
Eliza.
Eliza. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I just thought it was so brilliant because that's what you be.
Elder.
You're an
Oh.
elder millennial. I know. But at least you're still millennial. Actually, I don't know, Brett. Are you a millennial?
um no, actually, you know what? You're actually, you did miss. I'm a Gen Xer.
You're a Gen Xer.
Yeah, I'm old as
So
F.
Christian and you are in different generations.
Yeah, slightly. I think. I mean, so he's an elder millennial, and I'm Oh boy, we could go on. We might. You, it's in the chat. Tell us what we are. But I know for sure that like I'm a Gen Xer. I had a class that like we read a book about Gen X. We learned about ourselves and how we were changing the world with our grunge music. And
How'd that work? You do it okay?
I don't think we did so well. I think we were
Oh,
things were better back then. I think that. I mean, we had a lot of strong female presence in my music world and in my Gen X world. I feel like, and then things took a step backwards. But that's just me. What's that called? That when you are say something nice or say something social projecting. I'm.
huh.
Virtue signaling. I think I just
Oh,
virtue signaled Roxy. I apologize.
well, as long as you didn't gaslight.
Yeah. I gaslight all the
You
time, but
can't gaslight. You can virtue signal, but you
yeah,
can't
do not
gaslight.
virtue signal.
I forget because every time we talk about it, it's not you're not the most vocal in the room. Did you even see Shang Chi?
I didn't.
Okay.
I want to. It was not with lack of wanting to. It just kind of we missed it on our radar, and I think every time it's brought up, I go, oh, well, we should watch that, and it just doesn't happen.
Okay, well, I actually really liked this movie. I love Simu Liu in the role of Shang-Chi, and I was kind of bummed with all of the Marvel announcements. I've been looking forward to a Shang-Chi 2 or to have him more involved. And then with everything that happened with Jonathan Majors and then King Dynasty not being King Dynasty
Hmm.
anymore, and then turning that into Doomsday, I was curious what was going to happen with his character. So, shout out to again our man G Man over at Dark Horizons, who says Shang-Chi was the key to Avengers 5. Let's see what's going on. He says, amongst the post Avengers Endgame films and series, not a lot of great works stand out from Marvel Studios, with the most well received Loki, Spider Man No Way Home, WandaVision, Deadpool, Wolverine, focusing on established characters. One of the few to be well received was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which saw the introduction of Simu Liu's Shang-Chi character, who hasn't been seen since. It was always expected he would be back for whenever the next Avengers film comes around. And while a direct Shang-Chi sequel has been teased several times by Simu Liu and others, it is yet to be officially announced by Marvel. Now, outlet Inverse says they can confirm via their source that in the original plan for the fifth Avengers, back when it was supposed to be Avengers the King Dynasty, Shang-Chi would have been one of the film's main lead characters. It's not a big surprise considering Shang-Chi director Destin Daniel Cretton was the one originally slated to helm Kang. Of course, the project has now changed into Avengers Doomsday and has since been retooled to feature Robert Downey Jr. as the villain Victor Von Doom. In addition, the Russo brothers are taking over as directors, so it's not clear if the role will be reduced under their watch. Marvel did announce some blank release dates the other week, with one of those having a decent shot of being a Shang-Chi direct sequel. Okay, so as somebody who hasn't even seen Shang-Chi, Brett, this probably doesn't majorly affect you, but I am curious what you are hoping for when we're talking about Avengers Doomsday. Do you really want to, is there anybody you do particularly want to see, or anybody you think is going to get screwed by the fact that we no longer have Kang Dynasty happening?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that that nobody gets screwed because of that, because that's the sad part of that makes this him having being pushed out of this worse if you affect not only that specific film, if you affect other characters and things like that. So that truly would be a tragedy. I'm stumbling on my words here, but
How dare you? You never tripping on your
I'm
words.
so
No, no.
perfect.
Virtue signal, quick.
Yeah, virtue say, yeah, I trust all women. Me too.
Believe, believe. I
Believe all
believe.
women. Hashtag me too. So yeah, I mean, I really wish I had more to say about it. It was a great film, right? Shang-Chi, people liked
Yeah, I
it.
thought it was great. I didn't love the third act because it gets very CG heavy, but I really
Mhm.
did like it and I loved the character. And I do think that there's still a really big place for him in Doomsday because it's an Avengers movie and he's one of the Avengers that people really like right now.
Yeah.
But it is difficult, I have to imagine, because like they said, the director of Shang Chi was supposed to be the director of the next Avengers movie, and so of course well, was he writing it or directing it? I think directing it, but of course he's going to favor the people that he's worked with that he likes and be like, oh yes, you're going to be a big role in this. And now that it's the Russos. The Russos are like, probably not as into Simu Liu as they are to half the other people that
Yeah.
they've worked with over and over again. Any of the Avengers that they have worked with, they're probably going to have more of an affinity to than the couple of Avengers that they haven't. And so I think that this is going to probably push them to the back burner a little bit, which I don't think fans will like. And in all fairness to the Russo brothers, they do have their finger on the pulse most of the time. So maybe they know that, and maybe that's not what they're going to do. Time will tell. And I do hope we, regardless, get another Shang-Chi movie
Yeah.
because there was room for that. That's where it seemed like we were heading. And then it kind of just fell flat. I mean, what year was Shang-Chi even? At this point, it's been years that we've been waiting
Oh
for
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. And as you talk about this, and every time we talk about these, this Marvel, what the direction of Marvel is, personally, as the Hollywood outsider and actual schmo, I feel like there's so much going on with multiverses and this and that and that, and like that I'm afraid we're on our path to possible, a lot of I'm gonna say it right now, like disappointing maybe films, because there's so many directions that have changed, and so many, like, I don't know, the whole multiverse thing is fun but also can make it very confusing for the casual film viewer to go without having to know every single one of these films.
I think that I'm with you. It can be really difficult because right now, what it seems like the plan is to have Victor Von Doom specifically as RDJ for the next two Avengers movies. And we're bringing Fantastic Four in. We're having those two Avengers movies. We're right now seemingly bringing back the X-Men, which we saw in Deadpool, Wolverine, and we might continue that trend of bringing back like a Halle Berry or a
Yeah.
different X-Men, just a bunch of different X-Men people, and not recasting them yet. And then we've got the young Avengers that are going on right now that we've been gearing up towards. And then we've got people like Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man, and we have so many different players. And I think that the next till 2027, we're really going to be using those people in our sandbox. And then at some point, I think we're really going to have to do some recasting, like bring in new blood, bring
Yeah.
in new X-Men. Don't keep going backwards because people hate when I say this, Brett. They hate when I say this, but this is also for kids, and we have to give them entry points that don't require them watching 100 movies
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
barrier to entrance. So
And to
I'm
our
I'm
friend,
actually
not
feeling excited.
specifically for kids, but
Right.
also for
It's
kids.
also for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it just has to also be for kids. Otherwise, what's wrong with us? Why don't we
Exactly.
want them to get attached? And I'm not saying that because I actually am excited about this next chapter and I feel really good about where we're going, but I am curious how they're going to deal with these 50,000 players and pieces on their board, and when they're going to let people in like you who maybe haven't seen some of the movies, or like a child who wants to get on board with an Avengers movie. And it's like, oh, it's Avengers 5, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. What?
And you're not, I don't just have to watch all the movies. You're telling me I have to watch multiple seasons of
Yeah.
Loki and WandaVision and, of all the things. So, but I'm looking forward to this definitely. I'm looking forward to this a lot, but I would say what I'm looking forward to more is you guys at home really impressing us right now and showing up
Oh,
big
get
time.
that.
We
Yeah.
want to tell you guys about Rocket Money and AG1, and I need you guys to know going into this that we rely so heavily on you for this because that's the way that you can help the show the most. And if you want to show that Brett and I are kicking butt right now, make sure that you're going to check out Rocket Money and AG1. AG1 I've been using for years, and we'll talk about it afterwards a little bit, but let's hear a message from our sponsor first.
You think is going to be great, vice versa, let me know. All right, before we move on, got to tell you guys real quick about both Rocket Money and Joy Mode. Tell you about both of them right now. Here you go. I've told you about Rocket Money, guys, and the reason why for Rocket Money was so important is that I for a long time I used to do these things where I'd be on my phone and I'd start searching for these apps. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll sign up. Oh, for free? Yeah, it's free for now, but then it's going to be $20, $30 a month, and you forgot that you're even paying it. And I was like, oh, well, this Rocket Money lets you know about what subscriptions that you have that you're not paying attention to. It can cancel subscriptions for you. It really is amazing, and it just cuts so much time out of my schedule, and I love it because you don't even know how much you're paying in subscriptions, and you're probably paying way more than you think, because over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about, and I definitely did that. I can tell you that right now. Like, there was a couple. I'm telling you, some of these apps, I tried some of these apps, and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot all about it. You think you spend around $62 per month on subscription, something like that, but it's close to about 300. You're close to about 300 a month, because Rocket Money is also, it's a personal finance app. And it cancels your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors all of your spending, and it helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Because I got full control over my subscriptions. I have a clear view of my expenses. It helped tremendously on this move. And you don't want to waste money. So it's got over 5 million users, and from what they said, the average people, I think overall, everyone that's using it, 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Wow. It saves about $740 a year. It's great. So stop wasting money on things that you don't use. You just cancel your unwanted subscriptions. You go to rocketmoney.com/thing, rocketmoney.com/thing. Very easy. Rocketmoney.com. And I got to tell you about AG1. You guys know AG1. I mean, if you've been listening to this show long enough, you know that I love AG1. And people keep asking me. They notice. John even said when I started, new look, 20 pounds I lost. One of those reasons. AG1 became part of my routine, because for a long time I wasn't paying attention to what was going on in my body. It just wasn't. I read labels, I verify that everything is up to the quality I need, and that is why I've stayed with AG1 for as long as I have. It is a research-backed foundational nutrition supplement, and it delivers daily nutrients, gut health support, and it's backed by multiple research studies, so you can trust what you're putting into your body. Because I like coffee. I used to drink so much coffee to keep up, but I don't need it anymore, not as much. Because after drinking AG1, I have realized that I have all this energy and I need less coffee to power my day. It turns out I'm not alone. Because in a research study, 91% of people noticed they needed less coffee after 60 days of drinking AG1. 97% of people in a research study felt more energy after 30 days of drinking AG1. That's crazy. 91% of participants noticed that they need less coffee after 60 days of drinking AG1. That's me. Energy is a majorly important reason why it comes to I need so much energy for parenting. I can tell you that right now. AG1 contains ingredients to sustain energy so you can be the best version of yourself within each day. And it really has worked for me, and it's helped me on the plane, everything. It's easy, it's satisfying to start your journey with AG1. If you go to AG1, and you can get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. You got to go to drinkag1.com/bigthing. drinkag1.com/bigthing. It's the one product I trust to support my whole body health. It is. It's AG1.
Okay, so here's the deal, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, come on, people. And I've been telling you, and I'm the one that Kristian, when I took some of that AG1 home when he first had it, and I had some before him, and I said, dude, this stuff is great. You got to take it. I make my wife a little AG1 every morning before work. I have one myself, and I start my day feeling good about myself because I've had at least some vitamin-rich thing put into my body. The rest of it's crap.
That's what happened. You got Kristian on it, and Kristian got me on it. Then we got Steph on it. Like, everybody's obsessed. So seriously, this is the best way to help the show. It's the best way to tell Kristian that Brett and I didn't majorly F all of this up.
Yeah.
And it's just a great way to show up for us.
You can say in the comment that you got some because of us. It's fine. We won't be mad at you for that.
Okay, Brett, you ready for something?
Yeah.
You want to hear something about me?
Yeah, I like it. I like it already. Because you teased this.
I know. Brett, I went to a singles dating event last night.
That sounds terrifying, but also could be fun.
I can't believe it. Have you even like heard of one of these things?
Yeah, I mean, we held one at the gallery one time. It was like with art and stuff where you move. It wasn't speed dating that you went to. This was a singles
It
mingle.
was a singles event. It's this company is called So. Okay, they call it Singles Only Social Club, but that would be so sick. I don't know why it's called So. Okay. They do these events. You pay, it was like $10, and then you go in, and then the drinks are super cheap. Like they do like specialties or whatever. And it's at different venues around LA. And my friend recently got out of a relationship and she has been hurting. And she was like, "Do you want to do this with me on Tuesday?" And I was like, "No, I really don't." And she was like, "Please?" Like what? Like it could just be the two of us in the corner if you don't want to talk to anybody. And I don't know. I've been trying really hard, Brett, to be like a yes girl recently because whatever the I'm doing is not working out. And not, again, sorry. I have no judgment on these things in terms of other people. It's not like I'm like, who's going to this? I'm just, as I've mentioned here, right now, career, grandparents, career. As we were discussing before the show starts, I haven't eaten yet today. I have 0 minutes in my day. I have so many more hours of work tonight. I want to gag. Career, food, talking to my grandparents. That's kind of it right now. But I really love this girl. I really wanted to show up for her. And I think it's important to do things that push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Of course.
So I went. That was a big preamble to tell you that I went to the singles dating thing.
Awesome.
I get there and it's wildly uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Just the vibes are, I feel like a piece of meat. Every person is up downing every person. I've never been to an event where like everybody there, you have to be single and the purpose is to date. So it felt like disgusting. It felt so judgy and weird and forced. And like people were seriously, like if this is the body, this is what you're doing every time. Like it just was so strange.
It's like a dating app in real life where they're holding you right there and they're swiping right in front of your face. Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It was so uncomfortable until it wasn't.
Oh.
So the first 20 minutes, I thought about throwing myself off of a building. Then I decided, fuck it. I'm going to sit down and order food. Not one person there did that. I just sat in a corner and ordered food. And then this is crazy, weird, but this guy I went on a date with in college. Oh man, this doesn't make me look good. So I'm just going to tell it anyway, but this just doesn't make me look great, Brett. This guy that I went on a date with in college, I was in college, so I don't remember the date. It was like a fraternity date thing. We went out, we got sushi. Then I think we went dancing. Then I don't think I ever spoke to him again for the rest of college. He was a perfectly nice guy. It's not like we ever hooked up. It just was like a fun dance date, I think. Okay. So not I think about that stuff. It was fun, I think. I don't remember exactly afterwards how I felt about it because it was 15 years ago.
And it wasn't so fun that it happened again.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It just was it was what it was. I get that.
So that guy 2 months ago messaged me asking me out. And at first he messaged me like catching up. And I was like, "How are you doing?" And then he responded. And then he asked me out. And what did I do, Brett?
Ghosted him.
I just didn't say, I didn't respond.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck? I just didn't want to. I didn't want to scheduling things stresses the piss out of me right now because, as you know, Brett, as somebody who's been trying to come over here for months, scheduling is just like it makes me feel like I'm gonna just off myself.
And I felt that from you, and that's why I was like, we need to talk on the phone so I can
Oh,
kind of show, like, because I get that too. There's nothing worse for me than somebody to go like, hey, what are you doing Friday? I'm like, okay, what's your motive? What do you need? Do you need me to take you to the airport? I might have something going on Friday. Leave me alone.
I just get really stressed with scheduling right
Yeah.
now. And so it wasn't even that I didn't want to see him. I just got very overwhelmed. And I kept thinking, I'll respond to him. I'll figure out when. And I just didn't do that. Didn't respond. Just let it go. And then he walked into the dating thing last night and beelined for me. And I thought that I was going to have an actual panic attack. I turned to my girlfriend, and I said, there's somebody walking towards me right now that I really don't want to talk to. I really don't want to talk to this person. Please help me. Please help me. I really don't want to talk to this person. And she was like, who? What? Why? Like, and this is a good friend of mine. So she knows all of my exit.
Yeah,
Like she's like looking at him, and he's like this gorgeous, tall, hunky, like kind eyes human. And she's like, why? What are you talking about? And I was just like, help, help, help. Like I went into like panic mode. But there was nothing to be done. I'm sitting, and he just beeline for me. But what does he do? He introduces himself. And I'm like,
what?
What? I said, I know, I'm Roxy. And he was like, oh my God. So I don't know what that was about, whether he was like, I don't know. That was weird. That's weird vibes, right? Like
was that protecting his own
maybe
ego for the non-response of the
possible. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Men are weird.
But so are women, so are people. Because
Yeah.
I'm the one who didn't fucking respond to a gorgeous man in my messages who is lovely. Like, I looked at his thing. It's like highly accomplished, like really cute, multiple mutual friends. Looks like he has a blast, like always doing some fun activities. Didn't respond. Why? Beyond me.
Yeah.
So we end up deep in conversation for an hour. And I'm thinking to myself, and meanwhile, my friend's talking to somebody awesome too. She was talking to this guy from Philly, and he was like so cool and great. And I was just feeling it for her and so excited for her. Cause like when you're trying to get over somebody, if you have any kind of crush to crush on, it's such a good feeling.
It's good that she was talking to somebody, because in this scenario, I was afraid you were going to say, and here's my friend not having a good time who made me come to this, and now I'm enjoying myself.
No, she was having a great time too. The night was awesome. She ended up leaving with that guy's number. He immediately, which I love, texted her like 15 minutes later and asked her out and was like, here's what I want to do. Here's when I want to do it. Does this work for you? Mwah, chef's kiss. That's what you should do. There's no fucking 3-day rule. There's none of that. If you want somebody, go get them. Absolutely love that. So I'm stoked for her. But my guy, we talked for an hour, and then he got like, for an hour, I was like, this guy's the man. I'm obsessed with him. And then he started saying bizarre stuff. I don't know whether he started getting really nervous, Brett, or what happened, but he like really started like saying bizarro stuff that I like about philosophers who there's a good guy, and then there's the bad boy, and then there's the middle ground and your shadow self. And I think he's trying to like justify who he was when we were younger and explain something to me, but I don't remember him.
Yes.
So like whatever it was, he felt like he was explaining to me why in our past he was a good guy, a good boy, and now it's more important to be a bad boy, play the spectrum or something. And I was like, what?
Yeah, what are you saying, man?
And he was like, do you not get what I'm saying? And I was like, I really don't mean to insult you with this. I wish there was a better way to say this, but like, I haven't thought like that since I was 14. Like, I don't know what you mean by like the good boy and the bad boy. And and he was like, so what are you, if you're not looking for a bad boy in somebody, what are you looking for? And I was like, I really like somebody that I connect with on a personal level. Like the last hour of our conversation, I thought was great, talking about family and career goals, like things like that. I like somebody who shares my values and morals, somebody that I can laugh and have a good time with. He's like, what about like motorcycle tattoos? And I was like, no, those things don't matter to me. Like cool or not cool, whatever. He's like, well, like there's just like a vibe that you get from, and I could not tell whether he was testing me, whether he was word vomiting, whether he was panicked, whether this is like some big realization he's had. Like I have no idea. And then at the end, he asked me for my Instagram, which I guess my girlfriend said to me afterwards. She was like, "You're being so weird. That's normal." I guess now that's what the kids do. They don't ask for your number; they ask for your Instagram.
Oh, I honestly
Um,
thought that was the case. So you're saying, but in this case, that's weird because you did have a past and you did.
I know him,
Yeah.
and we're Facebook friends.
Yeah.
So like
So
to be
just
like,
go for the number at that point.
or not, but that's why like I don't even know if it's not like he messaged me on Instagram. He just
Yeah.
asked for my Instagram and followed me.
I'm still confused. Was he saying he's a bad boy?
I think he was saying that he's the shadow self.
He's
I
the
don't know.
shadow self now.
He
You should
was
have been like, I
he
like people who don't talk in philosophical riddles.
Yeah, I said that at one point. I was like, "So are you the good boy or the bad
Yeah,
boy?" And he was
yeah.
like, "No, that's what the philosopher thinks." And I was like, "But I'm not talking to the philosopher. I'm talking to you. In what way is it relevant here?"
Oh.
So now you're caught up on that. And this, Brett, truthfully, my love, this is where I leave you.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
This is where I leave you. But the good news is I leave you with many a things,
Yeah.
with many a gifts. There's a lot for you to do. There's a lot for you to talk about. There are more ways that they can support us still coming up. The acolyte being can't. I mean, you don't even know about that, Brett, do you?
No. But I think of all the things I could talk about, possibly if I find my email here, I could probably talk about the do you think they care about this Indiana Jones game? That
Yes, the
sounds
India. You could do a watch along to the Indy. I thought they did a great job. Spoiler alert: the Troy Baker. I did this like Australia benefit thing with him, and he did a great job of that. Anyway, he's a
oh
good
my
dude. This
goodness.
trailer looked cool, and I'm going to give you a brief rundown of the Acolyte so you can talk to the people about it. The Acolyte, all the drama going into the Acolyte, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I know that every mixed reviews. A lot of hardcore Star Wars people don't really care for it.
Yes, it is not coming back for a season 2.
Okay.
A lot of the headlines said it was canceled. People were like, well, is it canceled when they never said there was a season 2? Is that what being canceled is? Or is
Yeah.
that just not being renewed? So people are fighting on the internet about the word canceled. And my opinion is based on the ending. They really thought they were going to get a second season. And I don't know why people are so upset about the verbiage of the word cancel. People hated the show. I loved it. People hated the show. And clearly it got canceled because it didn't do well, in my opinion. But you can break that down with the people.
Can I?
And
Can I, Rox? Can I break that down? I think you just broke down what was going on with that, because that one didn't have a news article for me to fall back on either. But
well, you can give your thoughts. What does canceled really mean? You can tell them what you hope for my love life. You can give them a nice stand-up set. Really a type
whatever.
3 for sure.
Yeah. Or he'll just
the
cut
indie
it
trailer.
off right here. I mean, we did about 35 minutes. I mean, what more does he want? No. I'll struggle, and people will love the struggle.
And just don't forget, Brett, to tell them about the most important way to support us.
Yes, I have that on my phone here, ready to tell them at the.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of this, Brett. I'm gonna watch the shit out of this. Rank me and Kristian. Talk shit. Let's see how you do.
Yeah. There's nothing I do better than vamp by myself. When we did the Brett and Kate show, that was always the best. When Kate would have to go to the bathroom or something, I'd be stuck here by myself.
I'm gonna pull myself out of the stream. What is the best way for me to do that?
I think you can just I might be able to kick you out here. You're asking a lot of questions, Roxy. I think
I
you
just
need
didn't
to.
want to
I
screw
think
you
you
up by
need to
hitting
pull it
end.
out. I'll go to my single, and you can say end, and I bid you adieu, and I hope for the best for your love life and for the
Best
rest of
of
your
luck,
day.
Brett.
Thank
Truly
you.
best of luck.
Thank you.
Support our man.
Let the games begin. All right. Bye, Roxy. But actually, before we go to the last story, I want to have Kristian tell you all about Liquid IV and, oh yeah, Joy Mode. All right, check it out now, folks. Liquid IV and Joy Mode. Kristian, take it away.
I was having a barbecue with the family, and I was going to go and went to pick up some games for the kids to play, and I was picking up cornhole, and while I was at the sports store getting it, I kept seeing Liquid IV, and more and more and more, I'm so excited that people are learning about Liquid IV because I've known about them now for a bit since they've been on the show. It's the summer. The summer is thick right now, and your favorite summer treat could be giving you extraordinary hydration. Liquid IV has refreshing summer flavors like popsicle firecracker, it's got rainbow sherbet. It hits the spot when you need transformative, hydrating relief all summer long. So I really do enjoy it. It's been nice to have it. I moved, and I live in a very humid area now, and it's great to have Liquid IV. It really is, and I love this popsicle one, so I'm showing it right now. So what you want to do is they have so many different flavors too that makes it just really, really fresh. And you can choose from their line of sugar-free flavors. They have raspberry melon, they have white peach, they have green grape. It's great. You can go to the website and you can find all of it. It keeps your wellness rituals fresh and it keeps you motivated, keeps you hydrated. So what you want to do is you want to tear, pour, live more. One stick, 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. It's powered by LIV Hydroscience, which is an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. It's got 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So indulge in hydration this summer with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV, but you got to use liquidiv.com and use the code BIGTHING at checkout. You get 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today. Use that promo code BIGTHING at liquidiv.com.
All right. You know as well as I do, you've been standing at that gas station, you look over and you go, oh, sexual pills. I'm going to try one of those. Don't do it. They are not good over there. Not healthy. But Joy Mode is. What is Joy Mode? When you go to the gym and you take something to help you with your workout, it's the same thing with Joy Mode. It's a sexual enhancement performer, man. It's amazing, and it works. The issue is that over-the-counter pill, it contains unregulated chemicals, it suggests unsafe doses, and it includes the risk of several other health problems. That is why we are partnered with our friends over at Joy Mode. I tried it, and man, oh man, it just makes you feel good. It's that extra pep. It's not necessarily a step, but you get what I'm talking about. Whether you're looking to spice up your intimate moments or increase your confidence in the bedroom, Joy Mode makes all natural and science-backed supplements dedicated to helping men perform better across their core functions. Their trademark product, the Sexual Performance Booster, it's every man's solution for increased blood flow, firmness, stamina, and performance. It comes in a palm-sized packet like your favorite electrolyte powder. Simply mix 6 to 8 ounces of water 45 minutes before sexual activity and watch the magic unfold. Literally. Redefine your intimacy and go to usejoymode.com for 20% off with the code BIGTHING. Appropriate. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code BIGTHING at usejoymode.com. Ingredients with integrity. Joy Mode.
Boy, howdy, that Liquid IV is a game changer. If you decide to tie one on, helps you out with a little recover, okay? Also, Joy Mode. Got a little given to me after my last New York trip. Kristian sent me a little packet, not in lieu of payment. I was thinking he was going to try to do that, but sent me a little packet, and let's just say smiles across the board. So thank you. Please get those, and you can give Roxy credit if you actually support us with these sponsors as well, because, you know, she was here earlier. But we all know that it was my stellar intro to those products which made you purchase said. All right, here, folks, it's me. And it's me. And this is the big thing with Brett Sheridan. I'm going to pull over the news articles here. We're going to talk about this Indiana Jones and the Great Circle video game. That's one thing that I enjoy as video games, probably more so than my knowledge of film and television, just through my son, though. I don't get time to play them much, but I'm gonna pull. This is already. It's why also people. I love if you're first coming here. This is not the show. The show is. I usually just pop in. I say a joke or two. I give my opinion as the not somebody who gets to go to screenings and things like this. But this is not usually the show. But right now, I'm going to read you a little article from Dark Horizons about Indiana Jones, the video game. Right off the bat, I'm just going to look at that image and say that that's a little creepy. I love that CGI in video games has gotten so much better, but still, there's still something creepy about video game humans. So the new trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has been released as part of the Gamescom opening live, with the title finally locking in a specific date for Xbox Series X, S, and PC on the December 9th. In addition, it was confirmed at the show that the title will be coming to PS5 in spring 2005. Game acting legend Troy Baker plays Indiana in the game and narrates the new trailer, which also touches upon the diversive first-person perspective element, which is dividing potential players. The story follows archaeologist Indiana Jones, oddly enough, in 1937 as he attempts to thwart various groups who are seeking to harness the power connected to the Great Circle. Sites around the world that form a perfect circle, when connected together on a map. I see what they're going with. The game will also be available in Standard Edition, Digital Premium Edition, and Physical Collector's Edition. The latter have the Order of Giants DLC for a later date, digital art book, Temple of Doom outfit, and 3 days early access. The collector's edition has a steelbook case, an 11-inch Great Circle globe, Altmaker relic, replica, and new adventure journal. All players and any edition will get the Last Crusade pack, which includes the traveling suit outfit for Indiana Jones and the Lion Tamer whip. I'm going to say, hey, let's take a look at this right now, and I will react to it live, but I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. All right, that was the story. Let's just dive right in and do a little trailer reaction. Something the old Sheridan Meister that nobody's ever called me is an expert at. So let's check it out.
What if I told you there was a connection between ancient cultures around the world?
Hey,
A great circle. Does it
Great
exist?
Circle.
Is it the key to some lost power? That's up to you to uncover.
That's a lot of power placed into my hands.
I'm Troy Baker, and I play Indy. It's humbling playing a character that so many people, myself included,
showing us
look
a
up
little
to. As a kid,
BTS.
seeing Indiana Jones in the theater for the first time was a defining moment for me. And I never would have guessed that all these years later, I would be the one wearing the hat. But here I am. It's been a dream come true.
Yeah,
A dream that I cannot wait for you to live for yourselves. The beauty of a first-person game like this is that we
I mean,
all
it
get to
looks
feel
really
what it's
nice.
like to become Indy. You are the one who cracks the whip, who feels the weight of every punch
Nice.
and the thrill of finding every clue. Indy is such a unique character. A professor, an archaeologist, a brawler, an explorer, the quintessential
Roust 'em
all-around
out.
adventure. And this game has everything you'd expect from an Indiana Jones adventure. Mysterious
Maxes.
artifacts, cunning villains,
Yep.
ancient discoveries, hard-hitting action.
Yeah, more.
It's a world of constant
brawling.
danger where you've got to think on your feet to stay alive. The Great Circle spans the entire globe,
Someone's
from
always
snake-filled
sitting on
jungle
the wrong
temples
thing.
to scorpion-riddled desert tombs. Stunning open areas to explore freely, full of secrets for you to discover. And you'll get more than just the classic whip and revolver. Indy's journal and his camera will immerse you in the mystery, providing extra info on all of your finds so you can appreciate all of the little historical details he obsesses over. And those details are your key to solving the ancient puzzles.
See, I like
that
this.
hold
I
the
like
secrets
puzzle
you're after.
solving games.
But ancient secrets don't come easy. It's best to have an exit strategy. This is an incredible new way to experience Indiana Jones, and I can't wait for you to play it. Hold on to your hat.
Get it? Adventure calls, people. Adventure calls. Looks like that's December 9th. All right, there it was. There's the trailer. Yeah, that looks super cool. I like a good puzzle solving game, but I also like to kick a little booty while I'm solving games, and to do it as Indy himself. That's pretty rad. Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely check this out. That's about all I have to say about that. So, you tell me, does this look cool? Would you like to be Indy? And would you like to crack that whip and take those pictures? Tell us in the comments. All right. Thank you. Ooh, and I'm back, and I just watched the trailer, and boy howdy, that's my reaction to it. So, and if that didn't, we're going to just move on to the next story. So how am I doing so far, folks? Click like and subscribe. Do all those things. Right now, we're going to look over at the next news story, which is Megalopolis. Megalopolis. What the heck is Megalopolis? There it is right there. I'm going to pull up the news story. I hope he keeps all of this in. I really do hope he keeps the singing because I don't want to have to edit. Here it is. The Megalopolis new trailer calls out the critics who hated Francis Ford Coppola's previous movies. Lionsgate has released a new trailer for Megalopolis, and as well as sharing high praise for filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola. It reminds us of the critics who once hated his past movies. Check it out. Here we go. Early screenings of Megalopolis drew largely mixed to negative reviews from critics. It sits at a disappointing 53% on Rotten Tomatoes, and appears Lionsgate has decided to lean into that. How? Well, by reminding moviegoers how Francis Ford Coppola's previous movies were received upon release. The first 45 seconds of the new trailer focus heavily on the negative reviews of The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Bram Stoker's, that's a different Dracula. 3 movies now wildly considered classics. Lawrence Fishburne narrates the preview, praising Coppola as a visionary filmmaker who is years ahead of his time, in case it wasn't obvious. The message the studio is trying to convey is that Megalopolis is also destined to be remembered as a masterpiece. ... One day. Right now, though, critics simply don't get it. The opening is followed by plenty of gorgeous new shots of the movie and a reminder exactly how star-studded the 85-year-old Coppola's latest epic is. Check it out, folks. And that was from comicbookmovie.com, folks. Forgot to mention that in the beginning. Comicbookmovie.com. Yeah, I probably should have watched this trailer, but I was getting busy setting all this up. So maybe I'll pop in another edited video and tell you what I thought about this trailer. Well, there you have it. That's what they're saying about a Megalopolis and the legacy of Francis Ford Coppola. I'm going to give this trailer a little look-see myself, especially since we have the king of trailer reactions here. Check out my viral trailer reaction to Elemental. But right now, we're going to check out the trailer for Megalopolis and see what all the hype's about. That video is private, so I can't watch that video. If I keep clicking on it, it stays the same. So I'm going to say not a great trailer if it's private. Why is it private? I don't know. So I really can't give you my my review on that, or my reaction. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned in the trailer reaction biz is, if you want me to review your trailer, don't make it private. Hey, folks, that trailer was blocked or not available, but I did do some sleuthing, and I found the trailer mentioned in the article with a narrated by Lawrence Fishburne. So let's check it out right now. But, hey, that looked fun to me. I'd buy that for $1. That seems like something that's right up my alley. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of one of my old faves, Brazil. But doesn't have this one. Seems like it has some magic in it, some mystical arts. Kind of got an Inception vibe. Great cast. I who knows? They may be right about this one. This may be something that the down the road people are going to say, "Hey, man, way ahead of its time." You decide if it's way ahead of its time. And you decide if I'm way ahead of my time. That quite possibly people are going to look back and think, man, he really was the backbone of the big thing and should have hosted all the shows solo. So why don't you decide on that? Why don't you pick up some of those wonderful products from those sponsors? Show them. Specifically Kristian, show Kristian and them that you love the big thing with just Brett Sheridan. And maybe we'll do this again sometime. Check me out on Above Board TV on the YouTubes. We do Everything's a Game podcast. And I'm a bunch of little sketches and what have you. And for Roxy Stryer, Kristian Harloff, and me, Brett Sheridan, have a good one, people, and be well. And be good to each other. And don't rock the boat. If you're in a boat, don't rock it. People usually don't like that. So look at me like seamlessly going to that logo. Bye. Folks, this has been a show. Has it been, I don't know, a good show? Yeah, until Roxy left. But it has been a show. So some things I would like to tell you about before I leave is I'm going to plug some other shows I'm part of where I will be in this actual room right here that I'm in, my little tech booth. I am on the Above Board TV on the YouTubes. I'm part of the Everything's a Game podcast, and I do a bunch of other sketches and whatnot, board game related items. Sometimes not over there at AboveBoardTV.com. .com? No, just Above Board TV at YouTube. Check it out. Well, I don't have any dating stories to share, and all I have to share is that when you think you have everything perfectly set up and ready to go, give yourself another 2 hours to make sure that stuff is ready to go. Because if we had done that, we'd still have Roxy Stryer here. So for Roxy Stryer, for Kristian Harloff, and for me, Brett Sheridan, this has been probably one of the best episodes of The Big Thing there ever has been. Hey, take them out with the logo and the theme song, Brett. Don't mind if